All right, talking football with Jeff Cavanaugh. Jeff, I guess sports, weird times, people opting out. The Cowboys have had some people on their roster opt out, the NFL in general. Just the Cowboys specifically, any of the opt-outs raise eyebrows for you as far as any level of significance towards the structure of the team for the upcoming season?
Not really, and I think you have to kind of start with these opt-outs where it's like, look, I wish the best for everybody. I respect anybody's decision. You can make whatever decision is best for you. But most of the guys who have opted out probably weren't going to make the team. And I don't know this, but I could see some of these being strategic. If I played corner on the Cowboys and I thought, yeah, I don't know if I can make the team this year, but I know that 3 guys' contracts are up after this year, and I don't know. Is that unfair to speculate? Maybe. But I think for a lot of players, it could make sense strategically to say, well, let me take this $150,000 loan, and I've actually got a better chance to make the team next year. And I know that I'll be healthy and safe if I'm just staying at the house. So no, like losing Olawale, the fullback, okay. He might have made the team, and Mike McCarthy's used a fullback before, but I don't want a fullback on the field, Jared. So
you're happy with it?
Yeah, I hope that Olawale's safe and that he's back next year and he makes the team and he's rich and happy for the rest of his life and safe this year. I hope all those things. And I don't want a fullback on the field.
What do you want to see more of formation-wise or scheme-wise offensively? And obviously understanding that the personnel is maybe a little different this year, maybe a little stronger, but considering what the Cowboys have and then what seems to work. I know we spent a lot of time talking about pre-snap motion and stuff like that. You just said no fullback, which obviously the fullback seems to be an antiquated role in the NFL. So what are the things, like if you could construct your perfect look with this offense, what are some of the things that would be a part of that?
Only 12 guys would ever get to touch them. So you have 5 offensive linemen, Blake Jarwin playing tight end, although feel free to not have him attached to the line of scrimmage. Feel free to move him away from the line of scrimmage. Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Zeke, Tony Pollard. Only those 12 guys ever touch the field. That would be my perfect offense. Because I think when the Rams kind of exploded, when they were running 11 personnel, 1 receiver or 1 tight end, 1 running back, pretty much every single play for the entire year. If I can throw everything I have at you without changing the parts that are on the field, I think that is how you kick people's butt. So ideally, you would be able to move Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup around, motion them all around, hand them the ball once in a while, but everything looks the same except we're running very different things. So only 1 tight end, no fullbacks, and make it all look the same except make it all be different. That's football.
Okay, so this is such a weird year with camp. Usually you guys would be in California right there front and center, seeing things. You guys talk about, well, this guy looked great in this drill or this this portion of practice, or this guy didn't, but the exposure is going to be way down. What are the things that you think you would normally be looking at? Like if you were there, like what are the things or who are the people you would be high on your list to see?
Oh, I think that there are fun roster battles at a couple of positions, and in some ways, I think it might be advantageous from like the prediction standpoint to not be watching practice, because it's almost spring training-esque just because football is my favorite sport. Maybe I don't want to admit it. Like you watch these guys in one-on-one settings and in practice settings, and you're like, whoo, look at him go. And then by the time the season rolls around, all of those guys that you were like, whoo.
That's Stomp?
It's both Stomp and CeeDee. Hey, thanks, guys. You get to the season and it's like, yeah, just kidding. Like that guy wasn't going to make the team. But it would be fun to be there and watch the defensive ends, because you don't even know who's going to make the roster at defensive end right now. Randy Gregory thing is still up in the air, but you have Tyrone Crawford, Aldon Smith, and DeMarcus Lawrence, but then there's probably 5 guys fighting for 3 spots. I like to watch them. I like to watch them do their one-on-ones. All of the cornerbacks, they got like 10 of them right now against who's fourth and fifth wide receiver, whether it's Cedric Wilson, Devin Smith, Kendrick Rogers, or throw in your favorite undrafted rookie. Those are the things I wish that I was watching, but I also like being home.
Yeah, well, you got to be with Stomp and CeeDee.
Yeah, they need. Yeah.
Hey, I saw you post something in your YouTube channel, which has all the subscribers in the world, and if you're not one of them, you need to join. But you I think discussed in a video kind of where CeeDee would stack up if you combine the draft classes from recent years. And I'm curious if you wouldn't mind sharing what you came up with in that discussion.
So I would have to find a no doubt guy that I liked better coming into the league than CeeDee Lamb. I would have to go back to Amari Cooper. And so you're talking about a half decade basically. And there's one other guy, which goes to show you that nobody's perfect because you're not allowed to lie about these things, right? Like I had Mike Thomas in his draft class. Unless I'm wrong about timing here, I had Laquan Treadwell as the best receiver in his draft class. So CeeDee Lamb, it's not the best company, but the top three receivers for me coming into the league post Amari Cooper in, what was that, 14 or 15, would be CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy. Those are my three best over the last 5 years. So he grades pretty well coming in. I'm really excited about CeeDee.
Okay, last question. The secondary, you mentioned all the corners, and it seems like the secondary is a source of maybe you can use the word problem or need or curiosity. I guess you could fill in the blank there. Who's the guy who you think has the most potential to step up and make a difference? And then if there's a different answer to this, who's the guy who is most likely to just be reliable? You might not have the upside, but like this guy is going to give you steady production and make sure it's not a total disaster.
It's funny because my immediate answer to your second part of that is no one. I'm an Xavier Woods fan. I think he's a good player, and I think for where you drafted him, it's all. Anthony Brown has been a starter for years. Trayvon Diggs is going to be a rookie trying to be a step-in starter. So, like, I can pick any of those guys almost. Jordan Lewis would be a great guy to pick where it's like, hey, because of him, he's going to win the starting job. He's going to play great. He's going to turn the ball over. He's going to get sacks. He's going to make all these different plays. That's the potential that's in there. So he's a guy that I could pick. He can give the starting job, and Anthony Brown could be the starter. So I just wasted a lot of words on Jordan Lewis. None of the guys do I feel super confident that, like, that dude's going to be a star or that dude's going to play really well. But I also don't think there's any bad players there. Cheeto's not a bad player. Jordan, Anthony Brown aren't bad players. I don't think Trayvon's going to be a bad player. Clinton Dix, Xavier Woods. It's one of those things where I'm looking at it as there's the potential for the secondary to be good, but you feel good betting on that? No. I'd feel a lot better if they had Byron Jones.
So here's my big secondary prediction. Clinton Dix is going to get a pick six in the first game of the year, and everyone's going to think he's the greatest player ever, and they're going to forget all the times he takes unnecessary risks, bad angles, and gives up big plays. But he's going to get that pick six at the beginning of the year to set the tone.
Well, wouldn't that do what we're wanting now? We're done with this bend but don't break. We want pick sixes and give up touchdowns. Let's go.
We want those 3 plays, not the other 300.
Let's go. Let's get it.
What happens first? You break 90 or the Cowboys win a Super Bowl?
Oh, I break 90. I'm going to do that in the next 3 weeks.
Okay, what happens first? You break 80 or the Cowboys win the Super Bowl?
There's 32 teams in the league, so it's tough to win a Super Bowl. Once my new clubs get here this week, I think I'm about to go all in and, like, practice never practiced golf. Like I've taken lessons, but I've never gone to the range to be like, I'm going to go hit balls and practice. I think I'm about to practice. Break 8. Cowboys win the Super Bowl. I don't know if I'll ever break 80, but if I do, I want it to be just in time for the senior tour.
So you can go and dominate.
Yeah, that's my goal, is to never play pro golf or even be good at golf, but by the time I become a senior, be good enough for the senior pro tour. Yeah.
And that'd be your second life, your second like chapter of life or next chapter.
It would be my first one. We've just been wasting time here so far. Yeah.
Jeffrey, I appreciate it.
All right. Love you, Jared.